Hey guys, I am here with the Nancy Mage, and he messaged me showing some support towards my YouTube, and I had an idea to bring him into my Ventrilo server, and we would talk about what he wants to learn from me as a mage specifically, and I figured this would be an awesome way to get more one-on-one interaction. As well as he said he wants to learn more about CCing as Frost, and I asked him to write about, 2 to 3 to 4 questions about what he wants to know about that topic, so I can explain it to him in the best possible way. And I can not only help him, but I can help everyone learn as well by making a video out of it. So, what's up, Nancy? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Nice. And how long have you been playing a mage?
A mage, I've been playing since mid-cata.
Nice, nice. Have you always played as Frost?
I played Frost when I started, and I switched to Fire during the end of Cataclysm, but I recently got back into Frost.
Very cool, dude. What's your favorite part about PvP? Just so we can get a little bit of knowledge on you.
Probably winning. No.
Dude, everyone agrees. Have you played any other classes?
I have a rogue, but I don't PvP with him.
Nice, yeah, I've been thinking about getting into other classes as well. But anyways, let's talk more about the topic that you wanted to learn. You gave me a couple of your questions, and I'm going to just read them off for everyone to kind of get going. Is that you had questions on how you want to peel better, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So, for example, imagine these two are going to be attacking you. What do you think would be the fastest way of being able to control both of them?
Well, Presence of Mind, well, I would Nova them, then I would think Presence of Mind Ring of Frost after the Nova's over. Because it gives you more time to... It gives you more time to, get away, and you don't have to stop, or...
Yeah, that's correct, actually. So, what we're going to do here is, these two are going to just be kind of examples, and I would say imagine if they were to be attacking you, what you could do is, since there's, in fact, a Rep Paladin, which he has freedom, right? So what you could do is you could Nova him, and then silence him, and then Presence of Mind Ring of Frost, and then say they're going to trinket them, already be casting a polymorph into it, so once they trinket, it instantly CCs them. And you can also deep freeze the other target for 5 more seconds. So you have pretty much, 14, 15 seconds of CC on them, right there. And they would have to pop their trinket, and you would still have that amount of CC with them. Or you could, that would probably force like a bubble or anything else to be able to stop CC. And at the same time, you don't even really cast, except for your one polymorph, which is already controlled. So if I were to Frost Nova them, and I would already be a pretty decent distance away, how are they going to interrupt it, right? Because they're both melee classes? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And also you should be able to, you really need to be able to raise your awareness on your diminishing returns. Because if I were to just sheep this guy, this Rep Paladin, 3 times, right?
Yeah.
And then I were to Frost Nova over on the Monk, and actually hit the Rep Paladin. Let's try and break this. I Frost Nova the Monk, but the Rep Paladin CC'd, okay? I get my second sheep over here, and then I am able to sheep him a 3rd time, and then change CCs over to the Monk with the sheep right there, and then Frost Nova the Rep Paladin as well. So they're CC'd as well, and then you can always use your instant casts. I really recommend using your instant casts first, before you start CCing with Polymorph, but Polymorph is always good if you have like a moment, because this game is getting faster and faster. Everyone seems to have more instant casts, and it's a lot more difficult that way. But I would really recommend is getting to know your DRs, learning how Ring of Frost DRs with Polymorph, and how Deep Freeze doesn't anymore. And then you said that you wanted to learn how to keep pressure on a target while the target is controlled, is that right?
Yes.
Alright, cool. So, what I really recommend is that Mage is more of a burst class. It's not like a Warlock where it's just straight up dots and takes over time. It's really bursty. So I really recommend is keeping all your cooldowns ready to go for when you know you're going to have a CC chain ready for the healer. As the Monk is the healer right now, if you were to sheep him, he could have a trinket, and if you popped your offensive cooldowns, you really wouldn't be able to get much damage off because he would just heal you. Or he would just heal his Rep Paladin. So what I really do recommend is waiting for their cooldowns and just kind of stalling. Being able to stall through their cooldowns, and then once he's like ready to go on his sheep, or if you're going to switch to the healer, make sure his trinket's down, whatever you want to do. but unfortunately they're a little close together, so I can't show full AoE. But if I were to just Ring of Frost onto the Ret Paladin, the Monk's just going to stand there as well. I could pop my offensive cooldowns and then Deep Freeze him, Frost Bomb, and then you could get all this damage out into him. I just missed there because he's a Monk, but that kind of still gets the point anyways. Is that you would be able to CC the Ret Paladin, you could Nova and CS him on the offcast, you could slow him, you could sheep him whenever you're DPSing in your partner, which would I recommend being a rogue or like a priest or something is doing damage. And then it's really just keeping the amount of pressure on the healer is also interesting because damage is a CC. A lot of people have a really odd misconception of that, but damage really is a CC. If I'm damaging the Ret Paladin and then I switch over to the Monk and the Ret Paladin's at 40%, but the Monk is going down in health as well, the Monk is going to have to heal himself before he heals the Ret Paladin, or he's just going to die, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I were to be able to damage the Ret Paladin down to 40%, and then I could get a little bit of AoE off, right? Okay, so he's about 40%, about that. And then I switch over to the Monk with like a CS or something, and then pop some damage cooldowns, whatever, you know, just get some damage and pop some AoE as well, get the Frost Bomb moving. As you can see, the Ret's dying at the same time as the Monk is. And if your partner is able to CC him as well, you'll be able to kill both, no problem. And I killed both really easily, and the Monk would have to pick one target. You can't heal both, obviously. It would be really difficult for you to do. So I do hope that you learned a little bit off this, right? If there's any other questions, you can feel free to ask.
That pretty much covered it.
Very cool. Alright. Well, let's see. And do you have a YouTube, man? Do you want to like promote yourself? Is there anything else you want to say?
My YouTube, I was gonna think about making videos, and it's about it.
What's your YouTube channel name, bro?
Expedition 210.
Very cool, man. Well, thanks for shooting out some time and giving me some support, and I will see you guys later. Cartoonz out.